JW Solar USA. Today's video is defrosting my Kenmore off-grid solar powered deep freezer. Live here from Minnesota, JW Solar USA. If you can see, the power is already turned off, and see that it's on the off position. And I've been defrosting this thing for quite a while because you don't want more of ice built up into this. This one doesn't have the automatic defrosting mode, which I choose to, because these are the advantages and disadvantages of a self defrosting, automatic defrosting fridge and freezer, and manual. Mine is a manual. So folks, this is the most important thing. If you have the manual, this is how you do it. I just open up. It has been almost getting defrost. All my good stuff I have for my the garden and all the stuff, the ice, you can see some few chunks of it, and from few residue from all the packaging and baggaging, whatever you call it. But folks, you guys can see is the transition is almost getting done, and pretty soon I'm gonna fire up this thing again, run into the solar again. It has been running 24/7, 360 non-stop. But let me go back to the point. If you have automatic, it's gonna defrost itself like a house refrigerator and freezer, deep freezer. But this one, folks, I choose to get a manual defrost, which I have to do like this way. I've never defrosted before, but this is the first time, folks. The automatic for a refrigerator, like a house refrigerator right there, like that guy over there, it takes time to do. That guy is automatic. So when you run it on solar, this is the consequences. So these are the disadvantages you're facing, because automatic, it's gonna run and refrigerated, everything get frosted and really solid, and after a while it's gonna shut off like it's resting, but it's not resting, and it's pulling 19 amps from the batteries, which I find so not happy about, and being really frustrated about it, because the older one wasn't doing that. But this one has to do it. You can hear all kind of cracks, like a chunk of ice, you know, when it's like really cold outside, wintertime. You guys already experienced winter, and you throw ice or a rock on the ice, you see the way it sounds, crack, 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 that heaviness, like crunchy thing. That's what it does. It makes different kind of noises, which I don't. And that's the time, if I look at the my battery monitor, I can see all the it's drawing about 19 amps, because it has a kind of heater on it to defrost after already refrigerated the entire stuff, and now it's defrosting it again. And after a while, it's gonna kick in again and started getting everything again. So it's kind of process of automatic cleaning is doing. It's defrosting itself, it's cleaning the system, and get back to it. But I don't like that feature. I hope I can have somewhere else a way I can disconnect. I don't know if any of you guys have any idea out there how to do it. I want to disconnect that function, because I don't like it taking about 19 amps continuously for a short period of time, approximately 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. You normally stop. So 19 amps at 120 volt, 123 volt, that's a lot of power. That's a lot of power for a short time. I don't like that about that freezer, that refrigerator. But this one doesn't do it. This is the advantage of it. I can do it this way. It takes me about short time to do this and get it ready again. If I want, I can just throw from warm water here and defrost the entire thing. The ice is gonna melt so fast, and get this baby ready for work again. It's easy than burning my electricity, which I'm not complaining, but I don't like it that way. I don't like that function, because I've never had that before. And now it has been about to be a problem, which I don't like. But anyway, I'm getting back to this. I'm getting this one done. I'm going to fire up this freezer and ready to go again. Just within an hour, this thing is done. Or if I want it so fast, I can throw just warm water into the sides where the ice was building up. And I don't want the fridge or the freezer to be totally warm. I want it to still have a cooling temperature, which when I start up the freezer back to the solar, it's not going to take a lot of energy to get this thing refrigerated again. Okay? To drop at that 0 degrees or minus 32 or minus something the freezer is supposed to run, and everything is ready again, and just transfer the product back in here. Never defrost a fridge, or you just bought a fridge or just buy a fridge and throw all your frozen food in there without getting this freezer ready at a 0 degrees or 32 or whatever, minus 10 or 15 degrees Fahrenheit before you put your product there, or else it's gonna run forever. Long time, because it's sucking all the cold from those frozen products and trying to cool all these units here, and from there the temperature is gonna match with the product and the freezer, and that's the time it started generating. So it takes a long time. Always buy your refrigerator or freezer, preset it, just like when you're about to make pizza. Your oven get preset it for how many degrees you want to set it for, and from that time you throw the pizza in there and put the timer on. Almost the same application for freezer. So pre-cold the thing, get it all frozen while it's gonna keep on clicking on and off. That means it's already frozen. So you throw all your frozen food back in there. There's not gonna be any lag or any discrepancy on a temperature, the temperature compensation. So this is how you do it. But I don't want it to get too warm. It's still cold. It's really cold on it. But I want to keep it cold and clean up all these things and get it dry. Drain the water here from the valve, and after that, and put back the freezer back to work, and it's gonna get frozen or already for the transition, and throw back your products in there, and it's gonna be fine. This is just a quick tips how to take care of your freezer, how to defrost it, and how to set it on for solar. Trust me, folks, if you put this freezer, I would totally recommend, unless you have plenty of sun, unless you have a big battery bank, if you buy a freezer, don't just throw it into solar right away. If you still have a partial grid system, I would say pre-cold that on get it ready on the grid. Fire it up so they can go faster and get it all cold and ready. And by that time, you're gonna use that after it's frozen. Then throw your stuff there, unplug it, and plug it back to your solar. Or else it's gonna take a lot of time. It's gonna take your battery for a long time before this light here goes off. It started kicking in and out when it's resting, in and out when it wants. It's switching in and out, on and off, on and off. That's the word. So I'll recommend that for you guys to do that. Or if you want to try it, you want to get me wrong, go ahead and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. It depends how efficient is your system. It depends how big is your battery bank. Trust me, your freezer or your fridge going to be running almost all day, all night. When I have that other one, brand new, that's the same thing. When it was on the grid, I put it on the grid. That thing takes a long time to get the freezer, the top one, the top side and the bottom side to get cold and get frozen. So this is how I'm running this, and this is how I want you guys to know. If you want to take this as this is just an opinion, a suggestion. If you want to utilize it, fine. If you don't, that's cool. But I'm just giving you tips here how to take care of a freezer, how to get ready for solar. When you buy the freezer brand new, when you just bought it brand new, and when you want to utilize it. Thanks for watching. JW Solar USA. Give a thumbs up and like and share.